helping you to weather good and bad economies without putting retirement on hold. This is the Tumolo Financial Podcast with Ken and Nick Tumalo. Ken and his son Nick know that creating a comprehensive financial plan can align your hard-earned life savings with your retirement goals. Consider them your retirement architects. Now, the Tumolo Financial Podcast with Ken and Nick Tumalo.
Retirement is drawing closer for Gen Xers. The oldest Gen Xer is now 60 years old. And there was this article on usatoday.com talking, it was actually titled, quote, "For Gen X, Retirement Bites." And the article says that Gen Xers don't think that they've saved enough for retirement. They wish they had started saving sooner. They fear outliving their savings. They're also worried about a stock market crash, because many of these, they all did. The Gen Xers, they saw their parents go through the Great Recession. They don't want that to happen to them. You're obviously, as Gen Xers are getting to this phase of life, guys, you're seeing more Gen Xers come into the office. How are you helping folks in this generation confront these? I mean, these are valid concerns. So how are you helping people manage these worries?
Yeah, and it's going to always start with the plan.
Right.
It gives you that, gets rid of most of that uncertainty for you. Yeah, I'm a big worrier, and I think I've said this multiple times. I like to know that if I buy something, it's not going to affect my daily living. It's not going to hurt me. Because I'll even give an example for myself. So I bought a new car back last November, so almost a year now. And my wife's been ragging on me to get a new car for 2-3 years before that.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to wait until I knew that the payment could get supplemented with raises I get in my job in the next few years, that I don't feel a difference from what I'm doing.
Right.
I had no car payment too, which was awesome.
That is awesome. Where it's like, why do I need a new car? This one drives. It's fine.
Exactly. Yeah. She just didn't like the car, and she wanted me to get
something
SUV.
nicer.
That's probably what it was. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's making that decision for yourself that makes sense and doesn't hurt you. So even for example, so I'll bring a client instead of myself into this. So I just saw him actually yesterday. So I still have to build out the plan for him, but it was something we've always been talking about. So he retired last year, which I was really super happy for him.
Yeah.
He's been waiting to retire and everything. And for him though, I mean, he has a phenomenal pension. He has a really good Social Security. His wife has a good Social Security as well. And they're not going to touch their 401k at all from their daily living. And I knew that 401k was going to be used for those big expenses, bad things, roof on the house, good things, maybe a car, stuff like that.
Okay.
He came in yesterday, actually, and he told me he bought a $137,000 boat.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was glad that he was doing it. We've talked about it before. That I knew that 401k was going to be used for that, for things, those big things later down the line. And the thing was, okay, what's the best way to pay it off down the road? And most likely he's going to take a loan first so he can pay it off within a few years. Like I said, I didn't build out the plan yet, but what we're doing is we're using the tax code for that piece of it. So he's paying less in taxes. He's not paying too much because we're going to do set payments for him and everything. But the other thing was just give him that certainty that he made that decision. We had this set for a year now, and he had to go through it. He had to look for boats because boats have gotten super expensive since inflation the last couple of years, especially in Connecticut.
Yeah.
I've heard even Florida too.
Yeah.
But I mean, everything's gone up. So everything. So yeah. So for him, he already knew he could. Now it's okay. What's the best way to utilize the money so he's not hurting himself? And then because he has such a high pension, we have to watch out for Medicare brackets, IRMA. So there's a few factors in that equation to build out his plan, and giving that sense of direction is giving him that sense of certainty to go do those things. And that's what I really try to do, guide my clients throughout retirement so they can go do the things that they want to do.
Yeah.
And that was just a good story that, I know the first thing, because we were actually going to do Roth conversions for him this year because he's retired for the first full year. But then he came in and told me he bought the boat. So now it's more of a draw planning issue than a Roth conversion thing.
Okay.
And hey, I rather adjust the plan for good things that you're doing.
Absolutely.
So I was happy for him. I told him, hey, who cares about doing the Roth conversion thing this year? You're going to use the boat for you. and for your son, because your son loves the boat too. So they get to do things instead of passing the money on without the memories too. So it was a great story. So that's where I build out those things for the Tumolo Retirement Checkup, which we build out complimentary for all of our listeners. Our phone number is 860-854-3434. Or you go to our website at tfcheckup.com.
Yeah, those positive memories are huge. The not so positive ones can change someone. Mm-hmm. So as a Gen Xer, I guess now everyone knows about how old I am. But either way, you got to paint the picture, and you have to remember what we run into sometimes. As a Gen Xer, we had the tech bubble where a bunch of us lost money. Mm-hmm. And then we had 2008 where a bunch of us lost money. Mm-hmm. So it was us in our earlier stages of saving into a 401k.
Right. For Gen Xers, fortunately, both those phases were at a place in life where you didn't have to worry about it. It wasn't a crisis. You could move forward.
No, but the
still,
scar from it.
The scar is real. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're really saving at that point, piling money in, and you might have had, I'm just going to make up a number and just say you had 200,000 in your account, and all of a sudden, 2008, it's down to 100,000. You're like, oh, this isn't for me.
Quickly.
And to see it. So we went through it twice, but then again, you look at parents or grandparents also went through it too. And depending on their size of accounts and what they said out loud, it really crushed people.
Yeah.
And I can tell you in 2012, 13, 14, when you're just the stories from people, they got scared out of the market. I mean, I met with someone a couple weeks ago. This was in East Lyme, and another Gen Xer, 58 years old, and husband and wife actually. And so they had saved about $1.4 million.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you say, oh, wow, they did great.
Yeah.
Guess where all the money is?
It's not in the market, is it?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Savings and CDs.
Wow.
And basically,
but they've missed out on all of this growth opportunity the past decade.
Yeah, you look at 2012 to 24, the market basically averaging over 12%. And they were averaging basically for a long time nothing.
Which is amazing. They were able to save that much in that amount of time without being market invested. Yeah.
Yeah, they just piled the money in. We went through a long period of no interest rates. And their reason coming in was, hey, we're going into retirement. We know we made no money on our money before, and then we started making interest the past few years. What do we do? Where can we make money? But the catch is, we do not want the money in the market at all.
Really? Yikes. You're like, okay, no pressure.
Yep. And it goes back. It goes back to that scar when they were younger. They were saving. Yeah. And then they saw it. You know, some people watch their accounts daily.
Yeah.
They were more like that. They watched their accounts every day. 2008, everything started falling apart. They saw that. They were crushed. They said, never again. So they kept to what their plan was, which was just to save conservatively, oversave a little bit. It's discipline. And they got to where they got to.
Yeah.
So the good news is, based on what they spend, you could take the 1.4 plus their social, and they'll be able to live their lifestyle. And they could do a few of those extras like Nick was talking about, the client that bought a boat. They can make those memories. Yeah. And some of their goals are making memories with kids and grandkids. No problem. They saved enough. Their biggest thing was, hey, interest rates are starting to go down. What are we going to do after that? And so we gave them a few different solutions that they can use. So there are things out there.
Yeah.
U.S. Treasuries, CDs, brokered CDs, fixed index annuities. So there are safe things out there. It's just knowing about them. So maybe we could improve their return. The other plus with them too, and they didn't even come in for this, when we're going over the case in our team meeting, they actually have a big tax play, and they didn't even know about that. So that alone, keeping extra money in their accounts because of a tax play, it's like getting a return. It's like free money.
Yeah.
It's that they didn't even know about. So basically coming in, seeing us, one, came in for what they wanted to, but then we gave them a little bonus, a little strategy. So again, it all starts with a plan. We do that Tumolo Financial Retirement Checkup. And just like that couple that came in, we look for the concerns that someone comes in for, but then if we notice something else, like a tax play, or they should be doing something a little different to give themselves a little advantage, we like to point it out. I would just hate to, and I've run into this multiple times. I just don't like to see someone later on. I'm like, oh, I wish they did this. I don't want them to miss out on things.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard enough. Our tax code is a mess, timing of Social Security, even passing on money to loved ones. How do you do it efficiently?
Yeah.
That stuff is hard. Even picking your pension, you can make a mistake. So, evaluate it. And we talked earlier, we talked about the 401k. When they add the additional investments in, that's going to add a whole nother layer. So it's really getting in, visiting with someone, know your numbers, look at the allocation. Again, we do it complimentary for our listeners. Our number 860-854-3434. The other thing is I just want to point out, end of the year, we're a little bit busy, so we kind of restrict the number of appointments.
Yeah.
But we're doing a lot of tax planning end of the year. Okay. You can also go to our website, tfcheckup.com, and book an appointment there.
Investment advice offered through Tumolo Wealth Management, a Connecticut-registered investment advisor. Content contained herein should not be construed as an offer or solicitation for investment advice or for the purchase or sale of any security, insurance, or other investment product. Please consult with a qualified financial, tax, accounting, or legal professional before implementing any ideas or strategies discussed here.